In my first life, I was a fool. It was a life built on the flimsy foundation of trust in the two people closest to me, my sister Chloe and my boyfriend Derek. Chloe, with her sunshine smile and razor-sharp words, was the golden child, the one everyone adored. I was her shadow, the quiet, dependable one she kept around for contrast. Derek was the star quarterback, the boy every girl in Northgate High dreamed of, and somehow he was mine, or so I thought. The truth, I learned too late, was that I was never the main character in my own story. I was just a placeholder, a convenient stand-in until the real star, my sister, decided she wanted my part. My death wasn't physical. It was a quiet, soul-crushing demise that happened in the soft glow of twilight behind the school gymnasium, the night before prom. I died watching them, my supposed sister and my supposed love, rewrite my life without me. The graduation photo I'd just picked up from the printers feels slick and unreal in my hands. A perfect, glossy lie. In it, the three of us are smiling. Derek has his arm around my waist, his other hand casually on Chloe's shoulder. We look like the perfect trio, the handsome athlete, the pretty girlfriend, and the supportive sister. A snapshot of a life that doesn't exist, a life that for me ended about 5 minutes ago. My gaze lifts from the photo to the real-life version, a scene far more honest and brutal. There, behind the bleachers, tucked away in a corner where they think no one can see them, are Derek and Chloe. His hands, the same ones that held mine just this afternoon, are tangled in the back of her hair. Her perfectly manicured fingers, the nails painted a saccharine shade of bubblegum pink, are clawed into the thick fabric of his Letterman jacket. His tongue is deep in her mouth. The world around me narrows to that single, violating image. The scent of honeysuckle, thick and cloying from the vines clinging to the chain-link fence, mixes with the acrid smell of melting plastic. I don't realize I'm squeezing the photograph until my knuckles are white and the corners begin to curl inward from the heat of my palm. My chest caves in, a slow, painful puncture. It feels like my lungs have forgotten how to hold air. Each breath is a shallow, sharp gasp that does nothing to fill the sudden, cavernous hollowness inside me. Hollow and sharp, that's the feeling. The edges of the void are lined with glass. Prom is in 18 hours. 18 hours until I'm supposed to put on a sequined dress, pin a corsage to his lapel, and smile for 100 more pictures with both of them. I'm supposed to pretend this moment isn't happening. I'm supposed to swallow this betrayal like I've swallowed all the others. The borrowed sweaters that were never returned, the secrets whispered to me then used as ammunition against me, the little digs and manipulations that Chloe passed off as sisterly love. For years, I've been the good daughter, the understanding girlfriend, the bigger person. I've made excuses for her. She doesn't mean it. That's just Chloe. She's insecure. I've made excuses for him. He's just friendly. He doesn't see how she flirts with him. He'd never hurt me. But this is different. This isn't a small cut. It's a decapitation. The photograph in my hand is now a crumpled ball, a tiny, insignificant piece of trash. I let it drop from my numb fingers. I watch it fall to the dusty ground, a relic from a life that is officially over. When I turn away from them, from the wreckage of my own naivete, I expect to feel nothing but that cold, empty void. Instead, a strange, unfamiliar current pulses through my veins. It's not sadness, it's not even just anger. It's something else, something hot and electric and terrifyingly clear. This time will be different. The walk home is a blur. My feet move on autopilot, carrying me away from the scene of my own execution. The familiar suburban streets with their perfectly manicured lawns and cheerful flower beds feel like a movie set for a life I no longer lead. Every laughing group of teenagers that passes by feels like a personal mockery. Do they know? Can they see the gaping hole in my chest? Of course not. To them, I'm just Maya Richardson, Chloe's quiet sister. Derek's steady girlfriend, always in the background. The electric pulse in my veins hardens into a cold, solid core of resolve. The memories I've so carefully suppressed are now bubbling to the surface, demanding to be seen. Sophomore year, when Derek first asked me out, Chloe had joked that he must have mistaken me for her. Junior year, at my own birthday party, she'd spent the entire night monopolizing his attention, her hand always finding his arm, her laughter always a little too loud when he told a joke. I'd told myself it was nothing. I had convinced myself it was sisterly affection, that I was being paranoid. How many times had our mother told me to be less sensitive, to not take Chloe's actions so personally? She looks up to you, Maya, Mom would say, a placating smile on her face. She just wants to be like you. No, she never wanted to be like me. She wanted to be me. She wanted my life, my friends, and most of all, my boyfriend. And now she has him. The photo wasn't just a lie, it was a prophecy. Derek's hand on her shoulder wasn't casual, it was a claim. I reach my front door, the key feeling alien in my hand. Inside, the house is quiet. Mom and Dad are at their weekly dinner club. Chloe is, obviously, still behind the bleachers. The silence is a relief. It gives me space to think, to let the electric current solidify into a plan. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to confront them in a screaming rage. I've played that part before, and it always ends with me being labeled as too emotional. No, this time I'm going to be cold. I'm going to be clinical. I'm going to cut the cancer out. My phone buzzes in my pocket. A text from Derek. Hey, where'd you go? Was waiting for you. The audacity of it almost makes me laugh. It's a bitter, strangled sound in the silent hallway. He thinks I'm still the same Maya, the one who waits, the one who believes every lie. He's about to find out that Maya is dead. She died back there by the honeysuckle fence. And the person who walked away is someone he hasn't met yet. Someone he and my sister created. The blue light of my phone screen illuminates the grim set of my mouth in the darkened reflection. My thumbs hover over the keyboard, the rage from before now chilled into something far more dangerous. Precision. I don't type a long, rambling paragraph filled with accusations and heartbreak. That's what the old Maya would have done. That's what they would expect. Instead, I compose a simple surgical sentence. I unlock my phone and text Derek. Hope you and Chloe have fun tomorrow night. Consider our date canceled. I hit send before I can second-guess myself. The message delivers instantly. The silence that follows is deafening. 1 second, 2, 10. My phone screen lights up with his name. He's calling. I let it ring once, twice, then I answer, my voice devoid of any emotion I can manage. Hello! Maya, wait! His voice is a frantic rush of air, the sound of a boy caught. No, Derek, you wait. I cut him off, my tone as flat as a dial tone. I'm done being your backup plan. I'm done being the convenient, easy choice while you figure out what you really want. It's not like that, you're twisting things, but your sister said— My sister, I interrupt, a humorless laugh escaping my lips, says a lot of things. She says the sky is green if it gets her what she wants. The question is, why are you listening? She said you were having second thoughts about us, that you were feeling smothered. She said you might break up with me before prom, and she was just trying to comfort me. The lie is so perfectly Chloe. It's a work of art. She paints me as the villain, the unstable one, and paints herself as the supportive, caring confidant, swooping in to pick up the pieces. And Derek, blinded by her flattery and his own ego, bought it completely. And you believed her? I ask, my voice laced with a pity that I know will sting more than anger. You really believed that after 2 years I would just change my mind overnight, and that the appropriate response was to make out with my sister? Congratulations, Derek, you're even dumber than I thought. Maya, please, just let me explain. I hang up, I block his number, then I do the same for Chloe. The silence that returns to my room is no longer empty. It's filled with a sense of finality, a clean break. But the chill of resolve doesn't completely numb the curiosity, the masochistic need to know just how deep the betrayal goes. My friend Sarah had sent me a screenshot a few weeks ago from a burner account, a message request. You should probably see this, her text had said. At the time, I deleted it without looking. I'd trusted him. I'd trusted her. Now my fingers tremble slightly as I open my trash folder and restore the image. It's a screenshot of an Instagram DM conversation between Derek and Chloe. My breath hitches. It's not just one conversation. It's a thread, weeks of them. My eyes scan the messages, each word a fresh twist of the knife. Chloe, she's so predictable. She'll wear the silver dress. You should tell me I'd look better in it. Derek, you'd look better in anything. Chloe, is prom really going to be that boring? Stuck with my sister all night? Yawn. Derek, we can make it unboring after the first dance. Meet me by the bleachers. Chloe, promise, don't chicken out. You know you want the upgrade. Derek, I'm not gonna chicken out. It's time. It's all there, planned, calculated. This wasn't a spontaneous mistake fueled by hormones and opportunity. It was a coup, orchestrated for weeks, right under my nose. The comfort lie he just fed me over the phone was their pre-planned alibi, the story they'd cooked up in case they were caught. They didn't just betray me, they insulted my intelligence. A hot, bitter wave of nausea washes over me. I grip the edge of my desk, my knuckles white. The prom tickets are on my dresser, two shimmering pieces of cardstock that suddenly feel like counterfeit money. Non-refundable, the fine print says. $150 down the drain. $150 for a front row seat to my own public humiliation. My eyes fall on the closet door. Hanging inside, shrouded in a plastic garment bag, is the silver dress. The one Chloe called predictable. The one I'd saved for months to buy. The one I was so excited to wear for him. The thought of that dress, of that night, makes my stomach turn. I can't go. I should just stay home, turn off my phone, and pretend prom doesn't exist. Let them have their victory. But then, I see Chloe's last message in my mind's eye. You know you want the upgrade. The sheer, smug arrogance of it. She thinks she's won. She thinks I'm going to crumble just like I always have. She's counting on me to disappear, to make it easy for them. No, I'm not disappearing. I look at the clock. It's 5:15 p.m. The boutique downtown closes at 6. Prom tickets are non-refundable. An idea, wild and reckless, starts to form. If I'm going to pay for a ticket, I'm going to a show, but it won't be the one they've written. It'll be mine. I grab my purse, my car keys, and walk out of the room, leaving the ghost of the old Maya behind with her tainted silver dress. This is no longer about them. This is about me. I am going to prom alone. And I am going to have a damn good time, even if it kills me. Or them. The drive to the mall is fueled by a volatile cocktail of adrenaline and newfound fury. I blast a playlist of angry girl rock, the driving guitar riffs and screaming vocals a perfect echo of the storm inside me. Every red light is an injustice, every slow driver a personal enemy. I'm a woman on a mission, and that mission is to erase every trace of the girl who thought a silver dress and a handsome quarterback were the peak of existence. Nordstrom's formal wear section is an oasis of calm that feels utterly alien to my current state. The lighting is soft, the carpet is plush, and the air is scented with a faint, expensive perfume. Dresses in every color of the rainbow hang like silent, glittering soldiers on their racks. It's hushed and elegant, a world away from the grubby reality of high school betrayal. I'm running my hand over a swath of deep emerald silk when I hear it. A voice that could curdle milk. Chloe's voice. It's coming from around the corner, near the fitting rooms. She's on the phone, her tone a masterclass in feigned sympathy. I know, Mom, it's just awful. I feel so terrible for her, Chloe coos, and I freeze, my hand still on the silk. She completely freaked out on him, accused him of all sorts of crazy things. He came to me, totally devastated. What was I supposed to do? He needed a friend. I peek around the rack of ball gowns. She's there, leaning against a display case, phone pressed to her ear, examining her reflection in a three-way mirror. She's already wearing a dress, a slinky crimson number that leaves little to the imagination. Of course, she was never going to let Derek go to prom dateless. She's just been so emotional lately, Chloe continues, spinning her web. I think the stress of graduation is getting to her. No, I don't know where she went. She just stormed off. Don't worry, I'll handle it. I told Derek I'd go with him so he wouldn't have to go alone. It's the least I can do. Okay, love you too. Bye. She hangs up and turns, a smug little smile playing on her lips as she adjusts the crimson strap on her shoulder. Her eyes meet mine in the mirror. The smile falters for a fraction of a second, Before morphing into a look of deep, practiced concern, she walks toward me, her heels sinking into the plush carpet. Maya, honey, Derek told me what happened, she says, her voice dripping with the same fake sweetness she used on our mother. I don't even try to pretend. You mean what you orchestrated? I ask, my voice low and steady. I pull a midnight blue gown from the rack, its fabric cool and heavy in my hands. It's the opposite of the sparkly silver dress in my closet. It's dark, elegant, and powerful. Chloe's mask of concern twitches. That's not fair. I was just being supportive when he came to me, all confused about you. Cut the act, Chloe, I say, turning to face her fully. The air conditioning hums, a low, constant drone, in the suddenly charged silence between us. A few other shoppers, mothers with their own prom-bound daughters, are pretending not to stare at our family drama unfolding among the taffeta and tulle. We both know you've wanted him since sophomore year. You've been circling him like a vulture, waiting for your moment. A flash of genuine anger crosses her face, ugly and real, before she smothers it with a condescending smirk. Well, at least one of us can actually keep a boyfriend. The words are meant to sting, and they do, but not in the way she intends. They don't make me feel weak. They fuel the cold fire inside me. And at least one of us, I reply, my voice dropping even lower, doesn't have to steal them. Her face contorts. For a second, I think she's going to scream to cause the kind of scene she always accuses me of starting. But she's too image-conscious for that. She just gives a short, sharp laugh that doesn't reach her eyes. You're being pathetic, Maya. You drove him away with your constant neediness. Don't blame me because he finally realized he deserves someone more fun, someone more confident. She gestures at the blue dress in my hands. What are you even doing here? Planning on crashing? It'll be a little embarrassing showing up alone, don't you think? I think I'll manage, I say, turning my back on her and walking toward the fitting rooms. And I think you'll find that crimson is not your color. It makes you look desperate. I don't look back to see her reaction. I can feel her eyes boring into my back, hot with a rage she can't express here in this temple of overpriced femininity. I close the door to the fitting room, the heavy wood muffling the sounds of the store. I'm left alone with my reflection and the midnight blue dress. I slip it on. The fabric is smooth and cool against my skin. It fits perfectly as if it were made for me. It's not a princess dress. It's a queen's gown. In the mirror, I don't see the heartbroken girl from an hour ago. I see someone new, someone who is done being a doormat. Someone who is going to prom alone and is going to hold her head high. Chloe thinks she's already won. She has the boy, the dress, the story all wrapped up. But the game isn't over. It's just beginning. The next day at school is a tightrope walk over a pit of whispers. The air is thick with the news of Mai and Derek's breakup and Chloe's seamless insertion into his side. Their story, the one she so carefully crafted, has spread like a virus. Maya got possessive. Maya had a breakdown. Poor Derek. Good thing Chloe was there for him. I can feel the stares in the hallway, the pitying glances from friends who don't know the full story, the smug looks from Chloe's circle of sycophants. I keep my head high, I smile. I act completely unbothered. It's the most difficult performance of my life, but I refuse to give them the satisfaction of seeing me crumble. I spend my lunch period in the student council office ostensibly to help with last-minute prom preparations, but really just to avoid the toxic swamp of the cafeteria. I'm sorting through boxes of tacky gold star decorations when Mrs. Chen, the student council advisor, bustles in. She's a whirlwind of efficiency and floral-scented perfume, her arms laden with lists and clipboards. Maya, thank goodness you're here, she says, her eyes scanning a seating chart. Can you double-check the table assignments? The caterer needs the final count. Sure, I say, my voice steady. She pauses, her sharp eyes fixing on me. Mrs. Chen doesn't miss much. Everything all right, dear? You seem a little quiet today. I force a small smile. Just pre-prom jitters. Ah, yes, who are you going with again? It's Derek Miller, isn't it? The question hangs in the air. This is the moment. I can lie, maintain the facade, or I can tell the truth. I opt for a version of the truth. Actually, I'm going by myself. Mrs. Chen's eyebrows shoot up in surprise, but she recovers quickly. There's a flicker of something in her eyes, not pity, but something like respect. Well, good for you. There's a certain power in that, you know. Going stag shows confidence. She looks back down at her clipboard, then taps a specific section with her pen. You know, that might just work in your favor. What do you mean? I ask, genuinely confused. The prom queen voting, she says, lowering her voice conspiratorially. It's not like it used to be a simple popularity poll a week before. We changed it this year to make it more interesting. The final voting happens live during the dance. Students vote via a QR code on their phones. It's all about who makes the biggest impression on the night itself. A spark ignites in my chest, the same electric pulse from yesterday, but this time it's not just anger. It's an idea, a wild, audacious, beautiful idea. Chloe has been campaigning for this for months. She's the presumed winner, the shoo-in. Her entire social standing is built on the idea of her inevitable coronation. But if the voting is live... So it's not just about who has the most friends? I ask, my mind racing. Not at all, Mrs. Chen confirms with a wink. It's about who has the most presence. Who embodies the spirit of the night? A girl walking in alone, looking like $1,000,000 and having the time of her life, that's a statement. That gets people talking. She has no idea the depth of what she's just handed me. She thinks she's just giving a sad, dateless girl a pep talk. But she's given me a weapon. A path to a victory I never even knew I wanted. This was never about a crown, but now it can be. It can be the ultimate refutation of everything Chloe thinks she is and everything she thinks I'm not. By midnight, I think, a sudden, fierce clarity washing over me. One sister will wear a crown and the other will learn what real humiliation feels like. Suddenly, the gold star decorations don't seem so tacky. The thought of prom is no longer a source of dread. It's a battlefield. And for the first time, I feel like I have a fighting chance. Instead of wallowing in my room that afternoon, I embrace the challenge. Going solo is no longer a sad consequence. It's a strategy. My mission for an image transformation kicks into high gear. I don't just want to look good, I want to look untouchable. I call Sarah, my artist friend with a preternatural talent for makeup. Emergency, I say into the phone. I need you to make me look like a goddess who eats boys like Derek for breakfast. She laughs. Say no more. I'm on my way. The rest of the afternoon is a blur of focused activity. Sarah works her magic, transforming my face with shades of smoky gray and a bold, deep red lip that feels like war paint. We practice my walk in the new heels, striding up and down my bedroom until the motion feels natural and powerful, not precarious. I scrap my old mopey playlist and create a new one, filled with Beyoncé, Lizzo, and Taylor Swift's Reputation album. It's a soundtrack for a revolution. My phone buzzes incessantly on my nightstand. Texts from Derek, pleading. Texts from my mother, demanding to know why I'm being so difficult. Texts from Chloe, dripping with faux concern. I ignore them all. They are voices from another life, the one where I was a background character. Tonight, I am stepping into the spotlight. As Sarah puts the finishing touches on my hair, pinning it into an elegant updo that leaves my neck and shoulders bare, I catch my reflection. The girl staring back at me is someone I barely recognize, but someone I desperately want to be. She is fierce. She is confident. She is alone, and she is not afraid. Chloe can have Derek. She can have the predictable crimson dress and the sympathy of the uninformed. I have a midnight blue gown that feels like armor, a face that looks like a declaration of war and a plan. And as I slip on my dress, the cool fabric settling over my skin, I know that Mrs. Chen was right. There is power in this, and I'm about to wield every last ounce of it. The entrance to the Northgate High Gymnasium has been transformed. Twinkling fairy lights are woven through an archway of blue and silver balloons, and the muffled thump of the bass from inside promises a night of manufactured magic. For a fleeting second, standing at the edge of the parking lot, a wave of apprehension washes over me. It's one thing to plan this in the safety of my bedroom. It's another to actually walk into that sea of couples, alone. Then I remember Chloe's smug face in the department store, Derek's pathetic excuses on the phone, the calculated cruelty of their DMs. The apprehension evaporates, replaced by a cold, hard resolve. I take a deep breath, smooth down the front of my midnight blue gown, and I walk. I don't scurry in. I don't look at my phone or pretend to be waiting for someone. I walk in with my head held high, my steps measured and deliberate, like I own the place. The effect is immediate. Conversations falter, heads turn. The sea of people parts for me as if by magic. I see the shock, the confusion, and then the admiration on the faces of my classmates. This isn't the mousy, heartbroken Maya they were expecting to see. This is someone else entirely. I make my way to the non-alcoholic bar, order a sparkling cider, and lean against the counter, surveying the room. Chloe and Derek are across the gym, holding court near the DJ booth. She's clinging to his arm, laughing a little too loudly. She looks beautiful, I'll give her that, but she also looks strained. There's a tightness around her eyes, a possessiveness in her grip on Derek's arm, and he sees me first. His jaw goes slack. He says something to Chloe, who turns, her own smile freezing on her face. Her eyes rake over me from my elegant updo to the hem of my gown, and for the first time tonight, I see a flicker of genuine panic in her expression. This was not part of her plan. I give them a small, serene smile, raise my glass in a mock toast, and turn away, making my way over to a group of my own friends. Before I can reach them, a hand gently touches my arm. It's Derek. "Maya, please," he says, his voice desperate. He looks miserable, his tie slightly askew, his brow furrowed. "You look incredible. Can we just talk for a minute?" I turn to face him, my expression unreadable. "There's nothing to talk about, Derek." "Yes, there is," he insists, his eyes pleading. "I made a mistake. A huge, stupid mistake." "No, Derek," I correct him calmly. "You made a choice. And you seem to be standing right next to her." I nod pointedly over his shoulder, where Chloe is now stalking towards us, her face a thundercloud. He glances back at her, then back to me, his voice dropping to a panicked whisper. "She's been weird all night, like really weird. Obsessed with her phone, snapping at everyone. It's like she's planning something." His words land, confirming a suspicion that has been nagging at me all evening. "Then you picked the right sister," I say, my voice devoid of sympathy. "You two deserve each other." "I don't want her, Maya. I want you. I want to fix this," he says, reaching for my hand. I pull back as if his touch is fire. Some things can't be unfixed. Chloe arrives, shoving Derek aside and getting right in my face. "What are you doing, Derek? Harassing my sister? Can't you see she's having a pathetic girl power moment?" Before I can respond, Sarah and two of my other friends, Jessica and Maria, appear at my side, forming a protective wall. Jessica, who is also on the prom queen court, has a furious look on her face. "Back off, Chloe," Jessica snaps. "What's it to you?" Chloe sneers. "I think you know," Maria says, her eyes narrowed. She holds up her phone. "Funny how that post about me ditching my friends for my boyfriend got shared from a brand new account right after you and I had that argument in the bathroom, isn't it?" Jessica holds up her own phone. "And it's really funny how that anonymous tip to Mrs. Chen about me cheating on my history paper, which was a total lie, by the way, happened the day after I announced I was running for queen." My blood runs cold. Derek's words about Chloe being weird, about her planning something, it all clicks into place. It wasn't just about him. It was about the crown. She wasn't just trying to steal my date. She was systematically sabotaging every other girl who had a remote chance of winning prom queen. She's been running a smear campaign, using burner accounts and fake rumors to clear her path to the throne. The depth of her narcissism is breathtaking. A loud announcement from the DJ cuts through the tension. "All right, Northgate High. You've got 1 hour left to cast your votes for prom king and queen. Scan the QR code on your tables now. Voting closes at 11. Couples who had been watching our drama unfold slowly turn away, their attention drawn back to the main event. A slow song begins to play, and the dance floor fills up with swaying bodies. Chloe glares at me, then at Jessica and Maria, a cornered animal realizing the hunters are closing in. She grabs Derek's arm, her voice sickly sweet again. "Come on, honey, let's dance." She drags him away, but not before he throws one last helpless look over his shoulder at me. I watch them go, a hollow pit in my stomach, But it's not from heartbreak over him anymore. It's from the sickening realization of who my sister truly is. She's not just a thief, she's a saboteur, a manipulator, a snake. And I'm about to watch her get everything she thinks she deserves. Or maybe, just maybe, I'm about to watch her get everything she has coming to her. The clock is ticking. 1 hour. The final hour of prom is a symphony of tension. The air is thick with anticipation, the scent of hairspray, and the palpable weight of 4 years of high school social hierarchy coming to a head. The slow dance ends and the DJ transitions into an upbeat pop song, but the energy has shifted. Everyone is watching the clock, phones glowing as last-minute votes are cast. I don't dance, I circulate. I talk to people, I listen. The stories Jessica and Maria shared were just the tip of the iceberg. I find another girl, Amy, crying in the bathroom because a vicious rumor about her had made the rounds that evening. I talked to Liam, a friend on the student council, who tells me 3 other girls had inexplicably dropped out of the running for queen in the last week, citing personal reasons. Chloe's web is far larger and more intricate than I had imagined. She didn't just want to win, she wanted to annihilate the competition, to ensure her victory was so absolute it could never be questioned. She wanted to stand on that stage unopposed, the undisputed ruler of our little high school kingdom. The thought makes me sick, but it also fuels me. As the clock ticks past 10:50, I see Derek break away from Chloe and head towards the exit to the patio. A moment later, I see Chloe, her face a mask of fury, follow him out. Curiosity gets the better of me. I slip out a side door, hiding in the shadows near the entrance to the decorated patio area. Their voices are sharp, cutting through the night air. "What is your problem tonight?" Chloe hisses. "You're ruining everything." "I'm ruining everything?" Derek's voice is incredulous. "Chloe, I've been a complete idiot. I listened to you, I believed you, and I blew up the best thing that ever happened to me. For what? So you could win a stupid plastic crown?" "It's not stupid. It's what I deserve," she screeches, her voice cracking. "And you were supposed to be my king, the perfect couple, but you can't even look at me. You spend the whole night staring at her. Because she's a good person, Chloe, and you're not. Maria and Jessica told me what you did. You didn't just lie to me, you've been lying to everyone." "They can't prove anything," Chloe spits back. "It's their word against mine, and everyone knows they're just jealous." "Are they?" Derek asks, his voice soft now, full of a dawning, horrified clarity. "Or are you just so terrified of not being the center of attention that you'd burn down everyone around you to stay in the spotlight?" There's a long silence. I can picture her face, the way it contorts when she's been truly seen, when the mask has been ripped away. "I hate you," she finally whispers, the words venomous, "and I hate her." She storms back inside, leaving him alone on the patio. I retreat from the shadows, my heart pounding. It doesn't matter that he finally sees it. It's too little, too late. But hearing him confirm her pathological need for this victory solidifies my own resolve. This is no longer just my fight. It's for Jessica and Maria and Amy and every other girl Chloe stepped on to get here. I walk back into the gym just as the music fades. The principal, Mr. Thompson, is walking onto the decorated stage, a microphone in his hand. The mirror ball overhead scatters 1,000 nervous diamonds of light across the crowd. My stomach does a slow, painful flip. This is it. The student council members bring out 2 velvet chairs and a small table holding the sashes and crowns. Chloe is already making her way towards the stage, a brilliant, false smile plastered on her face, her eyes scanning the crowd for adoration. She corners me near the steps leading up to the stage, her body blocking my path. Her mask is finally completely gone. Her eyes are cold, hard chips of ice. "You think you're so noble going alone?" she hisses, her voice low so only I can hear. "I think I'm free," I reply, my voice even. "You'll never win against me, Maya. I'm everything you're not." "You're right," I say, meeting her gaze without flinching. "I'm not a boyfriend thief." Her lip curls in a sneer. "At least I don't have to beg for attention like some pathetic—" "And now," Mr. Thompson's voice booms through the speakers, cutting her off. "The moment you've all been waiting for, let's have your prom court on the stage." The nominated students are called up one by one. I walk past Chloe, our shoulders brushing, a silent declaration of war passing between us. We stand in a line on the stage, blinking in the bright spotlight. The air is electric. I can feel hundreds of pairs of eyes on us. My heart is a frantic drum against my ribs. First, your prom king for this year, Mr. Thompson announces, opening a golden envelope. With 42% of the vote, Derek Miller. A polite, scattered applause ripples through the gym. Derek trudges onto the stage, looking pale and sick. He doesn't smile as they place the crown on his head and the sash over his shoulders. He looks like a man being led to his own execution. His eyes find mine in the lineup, full of a desperate, pleading apology. I give him nothing back. And now, Mr. Thompson says, taking a second golden envelope, for your prom queen. This was one of the closest races in Northgate history, let me tell you. Chloe straightens up, preening. She subtly adjusts her dress, ready for her victory. She shoots me a final triumphant glare that clearly says, I won. Mr. Thompson clears his throat. With just a handful of votes separating the top two, your 2025 prom queen is. He pauses for dramatic effect, the silence stretching for an eternity. My entire life seems to flash before my eyes. Every concession, every apology, every time I let her win. Maya Richardson. The name hangs in the air for a stunned second. Then, the gym erupts. It's not polite applause, it's a roar. A genuine, overwhelming wave of sound. Shocked gasps ripple through the crowd, quickly followed by whoops and cheers. I see Jessica and Maria jumping up and down, screaming. My own shock is so profound I can barely move. I feel a gentle nudge from Mrs. Chen, who is standing in the wings with a huge, proud smile on her face. I stumble forward, my legs feeling like they're made of cotton. The golden tiara, heavy and real, is lifted from the velvet pillow. For a surreal moment, it seems to hang in the air between me and Chloe. The symbol of everything she cheated and manipulated and destroyed for. And then, the student council president gently places it on my head. The tiara changes hands. I look at Chloe. Her face is a grotesque masterpiece of disbelief and fury. Her perfect crimson-lipped smile is gone, replaced by a slack-jawed, gaping horror. The color drains from her face, leaving her looking sallow and ugly under the harsh stage lights. The crowd's roar is a physical blow to her ego, and she stumbles back a step, her reign over. As the sash is placed over my shoulder, my eyes meet Derek's one last time. He was never the prize. I see that now with a blinding, painful clarity. The prize wasn't a boy, and it wasn't even this crown. It was the moment I chose to walk into this gym alone. It was the moment I chose to stop being a victim. My self-respect, that was the prize. And in her desperate, pathetic quest to take everything from me, Chloe inadvertently gave me the one thing I needed most, the push to finally, completely reclaim it. The aftermath is swift and brutal, a digital wildfire that Chloe herself provided the kindling for. The night doesn't end with a slow dance, but with the glow of 100 phone screens. While I'm being mobbed by well-wishers and friends who are ecstatic about the upset victory, Jessica and Maria are quietly, efficiently disseminating the truth. They don't have to do much. All they do is create a group chat with a few dozen of the most influential kids in our year and drop the screenshots. The fake accounts Chloe used, the vicious lies about Maria, the false accusation against Jessica, it's all there. From that group chat, it explodes. It spreads to Instagram stories, to Snapchat, to Twitter. #ChloeIsOver party starts trending in our local area before the janitors have even finished sweeping up the confetti. Her carefully constructed image of the perfect popular girl shatters into 1,000,000 pixels. Her Instagram followers, her most prized currency, begin to plummet in real time, from 3,000 to 2 to 1. People she considered her closest friends are publicly unfollowing her, distancing themselves from the social contagion. Chloe doesn't stick around to witness her downfall. She fled the gym the moment my name was announced, dragging a stunned and broken-looking Derek with her. I don't see them again for the rest of the night. Doesn't matter. Her presence lingers like a toxic cloud, but it no longer has any power over me. I dance with my friends. I laugh until my sides hurt, and for the first time in my life, I feel completely and utterly light. The next 3 months are a study in contrast. My life ascends while hers plummets. The viral story of her prom night machinations makes her a pariah at school. She's grounded indefinitely by our parents, who are finally forced to see her for who she is, stripped of her charm and excuses. There's no more talk of me being too sensitive. There's just the quiet, disappointed acknowledgement of her actions. Our house becomes a cold, quiet place, the rift between us a chasm that may never be bridged. I, on the other hand, thrive. The confidence I found on prom night becomes a permanent fixture. I run for student body president, and I win. Not because of a crown, but because people saw me stand up for myself and for others. My platform is one of kindness and integrity, a direct antithesis to Chloe's reign of terror. Derek texts constantly, long, rambling paragraphs of apology and regret. I miss you. I was an idiot. Chloe played me. Can we please just talk? I read them sometimes with a detached sort of pity. Then I delete them without responding. He's a ghost from a past life, a lesson I had to learn the hard way. I've moved on. I'm dating a boy from the debate team now, a kind, intelligent guy named Liam. The best thing about him? He saw me, all of me, and chose me first. There was never a Chloe lurking in the background. There was never a competition. The prom crown sits on the bookshelf in my bedroom, nestled between a stack of textbooks and a photo of me and my friends on graduation day. I look at it sometimes. It's not a symbol of popularity anymore. It's not even really about being a queen. It's a reminder. A reminder of the night I stopped letting someone else write my story. The night I learned that my value isn't determined by who stands beside me, but by my ability to stand on my own. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about getting free. It's about refusing to play their game and instead creating a whole new one where you're the one who makes the rules. Chloe thought she was playing chess, sacrificing pawns to capture the king. She never realized I wasn't even on the board anymore. I was already in the next room, celebrating my own victory.